All right, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first who will collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. Dialogue with Biafra agitators or loose southeast. Ohanezendigbo tells Tinubu. Ohanezendigbo has come out to tell the president of NIG to dialogue with Biafra agitators or lose the southeast. All right. The question is if the Biafra agitators want dialogue. The question is if they want dialogue or if they want to go home. To me, Biafrans want their own country. That's what they are seeking for. The Biafrans are not seeking for dialogue. Most people that are, fronting themselves as Igbo politicians and the rest of them are those who are actually benefiting from the corrupted government of NIG. Of course, you know that those you call your senators, your House of Representative members, and the rest of them, they are representing themselves and their families. Go and watch the road to their village. Go and watch the road to their constituency. If you look at all these things, you will agree with me that these people are not representing you or me. Rather, they are representing themselves. Once they are in that their SUVG, nothing else concerns them. Once they are in that their Land Cruiser, their SUVG that was purchased by money belonging to you and I, and that's what they care for. They fly in first class flights in private jets. They ride in the best cars. They live in the best houses. They choose the best location, well secured, where they live. They use the best securities, the best armies, the best of soldiers. When kidnapping is happening, it doesn't concern them. When what is it called? Banditry is happening, it doesn't concern them. When terrorism is moving on, they don't care because they have the soldiers at their beck and call. They have the police at their beck and call. They have the civil defense defending them. So what happens to the poor masses does not concern them. When the road is not good, they don't even feel it because the SUV they are using, the shock absorber is not made of the normal shock absorber. It's made of balloon. You know, if you have rode in Land Cruiser before, Land Cruiser Jeep, you find out that Land Cruiser does not even notice when there is gallop or things like a Lexus 450 SUV. You don't even notice when there is gallop because the balloon makes the even the gallops to be very comforting, the bouncing. It adds even comfort to the movement when the SUV is moving through gallops and potholes. So these politicians don't even notice it. And the Southeast ohanezendigbo are asking Tinubu to go and dialogue with the Biafra agitators in order not to lose the Southeast in 2027. Another question is if the elections that are being done, whether they are going through the normal procedure, whether they are passing through the normal procedure, because you and I know that in 2023, everybody voted for Labour Party. Even Labour Party, one Lagos state, one Abuja, and other states. And how the present government came into office is what we don't know. All accusation and all accusing finger pointing to the INEC chairman, Mahmood. But as it is, the fate has been forced on everybody, and now 2027 is coming, and Ohaneze is saying that Tinubu should dialogue with the Biafra agitators in order not to lose the Southeast. All right, all we know is that most politicians that we have now we are forced on the people, whether the people like it or not. They still those politicians still emerge. We are in a nation where the vote of the masses does not count anymore. So the dialogue, whether there is dialogue or no dialogue, does not even make any sense. As it is, all the governors in Nigeria are merging. They are liaising, joining APC. The PDP governors who knows that they have stolen a lot of money from their constituency, from their state, or state local government chairman, senators, and the rest of them that knows that they have embezzled fund. They are running to APC to cover themselves. Before, we thought APC was using broom, and broom calls for cleansing and sweeping. Now, APC have changed to umbrella. Even PDP, we know with umbrella, and we know them for share the money, has not done half of what APC members have done in the nation. APC are now handing under the umbrella of protection. A lot of people are defecting from their party, joining APC in order to be protected. But I don't think that the Biafra agitators want dialogue, because had it been the one dialogue by now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been out of the DSS detention, because a lot of offers had been given to him, persuading him to dance to the tune of Slugede, which is Egwundemo. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being a spiritual man, knows that Slugede is Egwundemo, and once you start dancing to Egwundemo, it might be hard for you to stop that dance. And he has decided not to soil his hand in order to be able to save his people. Kudos to that man. One man standing, one man who has decided not to give up, one man who has decided not to, dance to Slugede, which is Egwundemo. All right, let's go down to the full detail of this particular information coming from the Igbo Apex Group, ohanezendigbo. On Tuesday, told Bola Tinubu to be ready to lose the Southeast in 2027 general election if he fails to dialogue with Biafra agitators. In a statement in Abakaliki, the National Deputy President of ohanezendigbo faction, Mazi Okechukwu Iziguzoro, revealed that failure to initiate dialogue will underscore a missed opportunity to heal the wounds that have festered since the cessation of violence in Nigeria-Biafra war. He told Tinubu not to be carried away by the lip service endorsement by Southeast governors. He regretted the failure of the federal government to engage with these Biafra leaders constitutes one of its gravest failure and an opportunity to address 55 years protracted Biafra conflict. He maintained that President Tinubu will be celebrated as a national figure of great esteem if he would open dialogue with non-violent agitators rather than facing skepticism and disappointment. He noted that the opportunity would heal the wounds that have festered since the cessation of violence in the Nigeria-Biafra civil war. All right, this is coming from Mazi Okechukwu Ishiguzoro, one of the leaders of ohanezendigbo, encouraging Tinubu to take the bull by the horn. One thing about African politicians in general is that they believe in absolute power, and of course, you and I know that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, because when you have decided to do it all by yourself, that is what have brought about, the issue of insecurity, the issue of lack of trust, the issue of terrorism, and the rest of them, whereby the government we have in Africa are the government who does not understand the part of dialogue. They do not want to dialogue with the people. They do not want to have anything to do with the people, because they believe that they are already in power and they can use all the power within their means to achieve their purpose. And that is not the government of the people by the people, which is democracy. It is more or so an authoritarian government or an autocratic government. That is what we have experienced so far in Africa, a government which does not care about the feeling of the people. For example, you will see like a kind of demolition going on, and the people will be pleading with the government. You find out that the government will not even see any reason to, consider the people or reason with them. And when you look at it, you find that some of these areas which the demolitions are going on is where the government have not even developed the main part of the city. Maybe one politician who has interest in that particular environment will just go on demolish it in order to be able to achieve his own personal purpose. Maybe he wants to build a plaza which he knows that he will gain more. And because of that, he will displace a lot of citizens in order to be able to achieve personal purpose and personal bid. For all we have seen in the leadership in Africa is a leadership for personal aggrandizement. And sometimes we wonder, what are these people doing with all this money? Because look at MFL, who owns about 700 and something duplexes. And now the duplex has been taken by the government and they're about auctioning it. And you are wondering, what is one man doing with all this money? The wealth of African politicians are not checkmate. They use power to, to intimidate. To intimidate the other tiers of government. They use their veto power to intimidate the judiciary. They use their veto power to intimidate the legislature. And it is because the legislature and the judiciary wants to be intimidated because most of them who are there enter through the backyard. So you cannot enter through the window and start claiming the owner of the house. Meanwhile, the man who you want to challenge is the one who helped you to get there. So there is no means of challenging them. And until African politicians go back to drawing board of let who the cap fits wear the crown. That is following the right channel of voting, allowing the people's vote to count, allowing the person that is voted for to get into office, and through that means the masses will even be able to have a voice. All right, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and comment. Okay, all right, thank you.